our daughter was asking us the other day, she said, because then we didn't have email. When we first started, there wasn't even, not to mention cell phones. And she said, what the heck did y'all do without it? We didn't have a computer screen, my first job. Wasn't a computer screen? Yeah. We had I said, what'd you do? I said, well, somebody put a piece of paper on your desk and you did something with it. You hand it to the next guy.
They put it in the inbox. They put it in your outbox. Your inbox was a physical thing in the old days.
Yeah, it was an inbox. Yeah, it had a box. It said in.
He did.
Yeah, it may have even said box.
It may have.
And
just in case I wasn't sure.
Yeah, went on the other side of the desk, said out.
Welcome to Memphis, Mike and Friends. Mike and his friends will take you on a journey along memory lane while at the same time discuss current events in and around Memphis and the Mid-South. We will talk Tiger sports, the Grizzlies, and just about every other relevant event in our area. But not just sports. We may ramble on about almost anything. Along the way, you'll hear from Mike. You'll get to know all the friends and meet a lot of interesting people along the way. Here we go with another episode of Memphis, Mike and Friends.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Memphis, Mike and Friends. We're here this week with one of the friends, the capital Fs, as we call him.
Hey, Mike.
One of the Tiger Maniacs, Mr. Greg Hall.
One of the ones.
One of the ones.
Good to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, I think you may be one of the original Fs in the group because I've known you the longest.
Yeah, I guess so.
High school. We didn't really know each other.
Didn't know you in high school, but knew.
You were the curly redheaded guy.
We were on the field at the same time. Yeah.
When you had hair, it was red and curly.
That's right. Yeah, it was.
And he was at FACS. I was at Skyview. We butted heads in basketball and football.
Basketball.
Did you track?
No.
You were not a track zombie, huh?
No, I wasn't. I played baseball for a little while.
Yeah,
but
I can do that.
I just got bored to death.
Yeah, that's boring.
Skyview always had a good baseball team.
Oh yeah.
Back then they did.
Yeah.
A couple of guys went to Ole Miss, as I remember.
They did, and a couple of football guys went to Ole Miss too. One went to Baylor.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had two guys ahead of me go to Ole Miss and play. But anyway, that was a long time ago. But I remember my last game as a senior, played you guys at our place.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the rain.
We did. I remember. Yeah, it was a close game. At the a good friend of mine, Keith Payne was his name. He was our defensive back. He'd never played deep safety. And y'all scored on a long pass to Kyle Finney, I think. And,
probably. What's the odds?
And Keith was backpedaling and there was a water puddle down there with a little dip in it. Y'all probably planted that, knowing you guys.
Oh, yeah.
But he tripped in that and fell completely down. So Kyle was wide open and pretty close game, as I recall. Oddly enough, one of the Finneys, he and I were rivals through high school, and it was the weirdest thing. He and I walked off the field together at halftime. I don't remember the halftime score, but it was really close, and we happened to be walking up toward I guess y'all went to the field house. I'm not sure what happened, but it was kind of an interesting little moment. But y'all got the best of us there. In fact, all the years back there and then, it was several years later before we beat Skyview. But
I know we scrimmaged you guys one time over at your practice place. I remember that.
Yeah, Hank Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, over in the.
I never did understand that, but I understand why.
Yeah.
It's the only place you could have a field.
Yeah.
But my brother and I were on the kickoff team, and we came down on the kickoff, obviously.
It's
and
good time to do that.
Well, it's handy to know when to go versus being going, why when I got 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hop day. Haney was returning at the kickoff.
Yeah.
And my brother and I tackled him. And it was that football field used to be a pond.
Mm-hmm.
And it filled in. And when it rained, it stunk.
Yeah.
It was slimy. And it was horrible. It was a horrible football field to start with. And we hit him right on the sideline, and he kind of slid up under the chain link fence.
Yeah.
And we left him.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
But the baseball field, when we built it, I'd started in the 7th grade, and at PE, our job was to fill up the 5-gallon bucket with rocks.
Oh, really?
From the baseball field.
Yeah.
So it's what you do when you go to a private school that's an upstart.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know, we do a lot of things. And we had lockers that said signs on them for months that don't touch because they'll fall. They weren't bolted to the wall yet. And why would you put lockers up without bolting them to the wall? I don't know.
Yeah, you never know how long they'll be there.
So anyway, enough of that, I guess. So what have you been up to lately?
Well, in fact, speaking of high school, we lost one of our running buddies. I won't name the name here, but one of our running buddies that I graduated with passed away just a couple nights ago. Had a long time illness with early onset dementia. It was
Tough.
very sad to hear. That's two actually of kind of our running buddies. One in an accident many years ago, my best friend actually, and then this guy. So hate to hear that. But actually, it's interesting. It's been a while since you and I've sat and chatted,
Yeah.
and had a couple changes. I for the last 4.5 years, I worked for a Wall Street-based. We called it SFR, single family residential or single family rental company, and we're buying houses all over the country and renovating. And we stopped buying a while back, actually, but ended up we exhausted our pool of houses to renovate. So I left there been about 3 months ago, and now I'm back on my own. Figured I had a little tread left on the tires, so I'm back remodeling houses, not rental houses, not single, not SFR as we called it, but houses like yours. Where the rich people live.
Oh, rich?
know.
Wow. This is rich. Hot dog.
Yeah,
I've hit
right.
it. Mall.
But doing bathroom remodels and little odds and ends stuff. I built a lean-to for someone recently, and just kind of whatever comes up, and really kind of enjoying it out on my own again. Reason I did that, I had 10 or 12 contractors that worked for me in the previous role, so I've got a lot of contacts in that. So I'm enjoying it. Finishing one today, as a matter of fact, and starting another yesterday. So
Well, how does someone get a hold of you if they want to?
yeah,
Or take.
that's a good question. I don't know if I'm gonna publish that just yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
but,
enough.
but they can find the name of the company is the 901 Builders.
There you go. That's
Yeah, the 901 Builders actually
.com?
LLC. There is a .com on the end of that as well. The 901builders.com. But at any rate, that's what I'm doing. Been fishing some,
Uh-oh.
and had a lot of fun doing that. Still learning. Been out with a guide a couple times this summer, and
So what's the one thing you learned that kind of shocked you about fish behavior?
that's a good question. I tell you, I don't know if it shocked me or not, but the two things emphasized by this particular guide. Rule number one: fish where the fish are. I said,
How much that cost you?
that was pretty good. Yeah, I overpaid for that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I hope you got another one.
But he's a guy that he doesn't stay in the same spot long. He might fish 10, 15 minutes, nothing happens, we're moving. And so literally fish where the fish are. Go find. He spends as much time hunting the fish as fishing, to find water that's productive. And then the other thing he pointed out is the fish don't have any hands. So if you feel a tug on the line, it's in their mouth. Don't wait on it. So if in doubt, tug.
No, there's not a third one, right?
No, that's it. That's the two.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. So fish where the fish are, and the fish don't have hands. So
So this
Yeah.
was revolutionary to you.
and that's right. It was new information. And some people always said, a fisherman fishing is a jerk on one end of the line, waiting on a jerk on the other end. So maybe there's some truth to that. But I've actually been catching a few fish. So I'm having fun doing that, learning a lot. There's a lot to learn. I fish primarily at Pickwick, which I tell everybody is almost 50,000 acres. It's like 500 miles.
You
of
need to be going to
shoreline.
Ark of Butler, man. It's a lot smaller
yeah,
lake.
Yeah, I go to my pond in front of my
Well,
house.
that'll work too. Hard to get the boat in, though.
Yeah, it is hard to get the boat in.
Well, getting it in won't be the problem.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: can you walk past baits at the Bass Pro without stopping?
Well, since I left my job 3 months ago, I've not gone back into Bass Pro.
That would do it.
That's how I did that.
That's how you fix
I
that.
went cold turkey, and so I'm looking forward to getting back in the bait shop. And very true, they paint the lures for the fishermen more than the fish. I'm convinced.
Well, if they can give you a Budweiser can fishing lure.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was practicing with a little practice plug, just
Yeah.
a piece of rubber
Yeah.
out in my pond, just practicing with a new rod and reel I had, and caught a fish on the plate. Didn't even have a hook on it. So I'm thinking somebody's way overthinking this.
And you know what? You know what else catches fish? Hot dogs,
That's right. yeah.
cheese.
Yeah, hot dogs, cheese, stuff that stinks. You
Oh,
know,
big time stink, catfish stink.
any
Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, so I've been doing some of that. Been having a lot of fun. Fished by myself some. Got some couple buddies that go. And interesting thing this week, in fact, just happened last night. As a matter of fact, my son and one of his buddies there in Idaho, elk hunting. And yesterday, about 6 o'clock their time, he actually was able to harvest a large bull elk.
Wow.
And they're real excited. He did it the hard way. He didn't have a guide. They'd never been there. They went to public land. He was fortunate enough to get a tag for this area, and I think it's about 70 miles by 70 miles. It's an enormous range, they only issued 60 bull elk tags, so not a lot. And so he's fortunate to get one, and I've got some pictures of it. It's a pretty large elk.
Oh, I saw
did
that.
last night.
Saw that picture, man. That's pretty cool.
And that's a job I would have loved to have gone, but they hiked yesterday. They hiked 12 miles over the course of the day in pursuit of that elk.
Nah,
Yeah, and so it was.
I'll just look at the one on my wall.
Yeah, and that was at 9,500 feet too. So where there's very little oxygen. So what about you? What you been up to?
Wow. Well, we're just hanging in there trying to. I've got to gain some weight.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
when's the last time you went to the doctor? He says, "Hey, you need to put on 20."
Yeah, not very often.
They usually look at the doctor and go, "You need to lose 20."
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to gain some weight. I'm trying to get a transplant, as some people may or may not know. And so they want me to put on a little weight. So I'm working on that. I'm eating like a horse.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to eat a lot.
A horse just eats grass. That may be the problem.
Ah. Well, I've had a coconut cake, a lemon cake, a strawberry cake.
That ought to do it.
I'm eating. Susan's cooking like mad.
Yeah.
Had somebody bring us a chicken pot pie last night.
Okay.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Tasty.
I like pot pies. We have,
The Dieters brought that over. Thank you very much.
you can get. We've been buying those on like Sam's.
Oh, yeah, they're
Those
good.
Pre-done. They're really hard to beat them. Actually,
Yeah. The little ones are the big ones.
the big ones.
The big ones are good.
Yeah, and they know. And for us, Kathy and I, they'll last for a week.
Oh, I know. Isn't it neat cooking for two?
Huh?
Isn't it neat cooking for two?
Yeah. Well, we still have Cheyenne at home.
Yeah, but she's not home
yeah,
every
she's
night.
out and about half the time.
Yeah.
And but it's a different thing. Grocery bill went down. Our old dog died, and that cut our dog food bill way down. We still have a dog, but he's a light eater. In fact,
Just like he'll be around much longer.
it's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, he'll go a couple of days, and we'll say, "Anybody feed the dog?" And he never begs. He don't look. He's skinny. He looks like a greyhound. He's so skinny, but that's just the way he's built.
Wow.
But he's actually okay. He's in good health, doing well. We had to change his name.
Oh.
Yeah, because we took him to the vet, and they had a disturbance while he was there, and some people were scratched, and
No.
and yeah, it got pretty ugly. So he's can no longer go to the vet. So we changed his name. His name was Attila, and so now he's Tillman, and so we registered him as a new dog. So he gets to go again. They just think he's Tillman. Hey, looks a lot like that mean dog you had. And actually, he's fine if you don't put the muzzle on him. Put the muzzle on him, it's like game on. Then
Sedative.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. So
What about Cujo? That'd give it away, though, wouldn't it?
yeah, it would. Yeah, but
My goodness.
anyway, he's doing well now. He's happy as he can be. We've tamed him. You and I both go to Bellevue
Yes, sir, we do.
here in Memphis, and we've been there about the same amount of time, 95, 96.
I got her 93. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our time.
And and we have a new pastor.
Our third pastor.
Yeah, sure.
Since we've been
Third
here.
one since we've been.
Hard to believe.
Have you had a chance to meet Ben?
I have. He, Dr. Ben Mandrell, which he hates to be called, by
Yeah.
the way. He likes to be called Ben or Pastor Ben.
Right.
Yeah, we had him. I took a whim and invited him up to our Sunday school class, and I did an interview with him,
Oh, wow.
and it was hilarious. We had a
Yeah.
good time with it. I asked him some real important questions, but some real silly stuff
Right,
too.
sure.
Favorite this, favorite that. But just a personable guy. Love his preaching. I think he'll draw in younger couples. He's a younger guy, which, Brother Steve was young when he got there. People get older. Brother Steve is retired. He's doing itinerant preaching. For those who don't know, those who don't know what itinerant preaching means, you just travel
Yeah.
and preach different places. He's already done that once. He preached 3 services at his son-in-law's church a couple weekends ago. But anyways, Ben is a neat guy. Came from Lifeway,
Yeah.
which, if you don't know what Lifeway is, for those non-Southern Baptist people, it's the kind of the resource arm, publishing arm of the Southern Baptist Convention. They provide all the quarterly
Curriculum. and all that stuff.
They used to have bookstores. If you already know Lifeway bookstore, after COVID, that all kind of, like a lot of brick and mortar, went down the hill.
Yeah.
Went away, which was one of the things he had to deal with when he got there, which was kind of fun, I bet. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I'm enjoying him. What about you?
Yeah, I've not met him personally, but tonight there's an event.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to. That's us and 700 of our closest.
I saw that.
Friends and members, but going to a little dinner Q&A thing with where he and his wife Lindley will be, and he's actually coming to our Sunday school class here in a couple of weeks also. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to that. And I think it's an exciting time for a church that, there's a time for everything. Brother Steve served the church very faithfully and
20
brought
years.
some new things to
Yeah.
Memphis relative to Bellevue. Bellevue's been around since 1903, I believe it is.
Mhm.
And this is only the 7th or 8th pastor,
8th. Yep.
which is pretty incredible. And first pastor I've ever had. I've been in church most of my life. This is the first pastor I've ever had that's younger than me.
That's true.
Yeah,
I didn't think
that's,
about that.
That's an interesting little
That
thing.
That means we're getting old.
Yeah, something's happening. Yeah, something changed.
Jeez.
But-
Thanks for that.
Yeah, but I'm glad, very excited about him. So far, he's everything he's done and said is right on the money, and I think he's the guy for the church right now. And since Bellevue moved to Cordova in the early '90s, things have changed. The city's changed, Cordova's changed.
Yes.
A lot of things have changed. And so Steve led during that time, and now Ben will come in with some fresh vision and all that. So we're really, really excited to see what's happening there at our church. So I would say this isn't a church podcast, but if anybody's looking for a place to come,
Yeah,
this will be
absolutely.
a great time to come to Bellevue. And you may think, I don't want to go to that big church there on the corner.
It's not friendly.
And nobody, Dr. Rogers people say we're not friendly. Well, how do we get so big?
Exactly.
So, but at any rate, it's a great time to come to Bellevue if anybody wants to see what's going on and jump in and be a part of it. So that's pretty exciting.
9:15 or 11 on Sunday morning.
Yeah, 9:15 or 11, and I think they may change some of those times a little bit. but
Potentially. Yeah.
Any rate, so that's a cool thing. It's also an interesting time in our city. We're on the national news, not always for the good stuff.
Well, for the better stuff lately.
Yeah, and we're getting some good publicity, and of course the whatever they call it, the Safe Task Force or whatever
Yeah.
is in town. That includes,
Ooh.
all the noise is about the National Guard, although I've not seen them.
All right.
But I think the state and everybody else is involved, and it's helping, it's making a difference.
Every three alpha letter
Yeah.
organization is here.
Yeah,
DEA, HHS, THP, SCO, MPD.
yeah, and I think it's kind of good. And one of the mayors, at least, has said that
Yeah.
he's willing to, hey, let's hold hands here and make this better.
Right.
And that's what needs to happen.
Exactly.
And I have heard from some people when I was in the SFR business I mentioned earlier. Some of those were not in the best parts of town, and I've heard from some folks who are still working there and doing that sort of thing, and particularly in those areas, they're noticing a difference and are appreciating it and seeing it. Obviously, hopefully, we'll see some lasting change. And but at any rate, so that's been going on a little bit here in Memphis.
Good stuff.
For the while, and we are getting some publicity other than bad publicity.
Well, Giuliani years ago in New York, I don't think he invented this concept, but he certainly executed very well when he did the old broken glass concept.
Yeah,
And I saw an article this morning, THP and Memphis PD and the sheriff office, they've written over 4,500 citations
yeah, wow,
for everything.
yeah,
No seat belts.
yeah,
I mean, down to the little stuff.
yeah.
And what they're seeing is that makes a difference.
Yeah, well,
I
I think
mean,
so.
when
That's
you're
when
in-
Giuliani started getting people for jumping the turnstiles
Exactly.
at subway stations.
Yeah.
Thinking if they're doing that, they're probably doing something else.
Exactly.
Or might be. and
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the gateway crime, if you will. And a lot of that has happened with a lot of folks driving without tags and
Yep.
things like that.
Or
So,
stolen tags, which I don't know how you figure that out. But,
Yeah, and I wonder if it's the tag or the car. Still, how do you know?
Yeah, well,
But anyway, that's been going on. I
Good
think
stuff.
it's a good thing. There are some good things going on in Memphis. There's some investment in Memphis, some very large investment. With an XAI facility that's
Wow.
very large, going to
Yeah.
employ quite a few people.
yeah.
I just read yesterday that. Hope I'm not saying this wrong. I think it was Amazon though building a 900,000 square foot data center in West Memphis.
Wow.
And that's going to employ several hundred people
Sure.
as well. And that's an enormous thing for West Memphis. And West Memphis is an area that, and obviously West Memphis across the bridge, it's in Arkansas, and but borders the city. But West Memphis is one of the cities that has declined in population over the last 30, 20, and 10 years even. And they're actually turning around now. They've made a concerted effort to clean up the city, if you will. It's a small community, but they're investing back in it and get it. And Amazon's not the first people to come over there. There's been some others. So
Right.
for our region, that's good. We've all, of course, heard about the Blue Oval in Stanton, Tennessee, that's been on hold a little bit and started back and this, that, and the other.
Well, it's interesting you said that. The guy that lived 2 doors down from me, or 3 doors down from me, was renting that home, and he had all the Halloween stuff up. You never saw it, but anyway, he had this unbelievable Halloween thing up. It's all these different 20-foot things, and anyway, he was taking them all down. I was like, what in the world? And he worked out there, and they have delayed start till 28 now.
Is that right?
Got pushed out another year.
Wow.
And so they haven't even got the battery plant up, he said, yet.
Oh, really?
And so it's interesting. This is a neat thing to talk about. My son and his wife have a Toyota hybrid van.
Yeah.
It's not a plug-in hybrid.
Yeah.
It runs, it
Right.
gets generated off the brake
Yeah.
and the accelerator, all those things. And so they went the right route. These other folks who got this plug-in hybrid stuff, not so much.
Right.
Because number one, you can't plug it all in.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody in my neighborhood had one, and we just
Right.
take the whole thing down.
Yeah.
So Ford may have made a strategic error there, especially
Well-
trying to build electric trucks.
But what's interesting, though, is, they were following the government incentives.
Oh, absolutely.
And the government forcing stuff that people weren't ready for and don't want. I'm all for progress. I didn't.
Absolutely.
I didn't come over here on a horse today.
No.
I
like
I'm
progress.
riding in a car, so I'm not against progress. I'm not against electric vehicles. I'm against people saying that's what you have to do. But I think it's just got ahead of the curve.
Yes.
Ford has the Maverick. That's the smaller truck. That's a hybrid, like you're talking about. It's part fuel and part electric, and it recharges itself,
That's good.
which makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
But the others, not so much just yet. Not enough facility and infrastructure, and I don't know if there ever will be. And I think just the timing of the Ford thing was unfortunate relative to, just coming out of COVID and all that kind
Right.
of stuff. Then you had the push on electric vehicles, and then now there's, the climate has changed, relatively speaking.
Well, you had a whole administration change.
Yeah, well, I know that's the climate I'm referring to.
Yes, yeah.
And so now all of a sudden it's let the market decide what they want, which I think is the right way to do it. And ultimately that plant will be there and will do something. Don't know if it'll, it was built specifically for the Ford Lightning
Right.
truck, and nobody's buying them. So if you're not
Well,
buying them, you don't need to build them.
Well, this guy was saying, by 08, they're going to have to retool.
Yeah. Oh,
Completely.
yeah. Have they been
Completely.
obsolete already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can believe that. The old Saturn plant in, is it Springfield, Tennessee? Spring Hill.
Spring Hill.
We passed by there not too long ago. We were in that part of the state, and the largest building there that's left over from the Saturn is, in fact, a battery plant,
Okay.
and it's been operating for a pretty good while. And I have no idea how many people and employees, but the world's ever changing.
Well, and you got to have the critical minerals and all that stuff for batteries and stuff. That's a whole nother thing going on politically in our world.
Yeah,
so.
nothing is as simple as it
No.
sounds, and convoluted, and it's interesting. We won't get too deep into this, but I saw the icebergs and ice pack and all that's actually grown in the last
good.
2 years, more than it has on record, oddly enough. So anyway, hopefully just common sense takes over that and let the market do what it does. Another interesting thing to meander a little bit while we're completely off any kind of track, not that we had a track,
Yeah, we'd have a track.
but this AI thing, I don't know how much you've spent with AI,
Fair bit.
but the former leader, or the leader of the company I was part of, even though it had absolutely nothing to do with our industry, he was fascinated by AI. And one of the things he encouraged us to do, even in my role, he said, no matter what your role is here at our company, spend some time learning AI. And one of his takes was, he said, you're not going to be replaced by AI, but you might be replaced by somebody who knows AI. And wasn't talking about our job specifically, just in the marketplace. And it is a fascinating, I don't know how much it's that everybody out there is using it, but even in my new world today, if I want to price out a particular job, somebody wants to remodel something, I can get assistance from AI to current material prices, material list, cut sheets,
Yep.
and the whole thing,
It's amazing.
just by asking a few questions. And it's not 100%, but get you a long way down the road. Something even in that regard that would have taken me a day or two, I get done in a couple hours and tone down. And in all walks of life. I mean, I don't think there'll be an honest term paper written again. you
Well,
know?
they got things to catch those things, but yes, potentially. Now they're coming out with programs that won't let the programs catch it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
It's always somebody ahead.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But it comes around handy as your grandkids get a little older. Like with my granddaughters, they're older, they're 13 and 12 almost. Um, um, I can always put a princess on a llama.
yeah. I know.
Handy to have.
Yeah, that's right.
Makes great things
Never
to send
know
on
when
those cell phones.
Never know when that comes to play.
Well, it's important.
Well, some of the stuff really is you can't tell, and that's the danger of it. And I know there's a lot of talk in the industry in the tech world of how do you put a watermark on it or whatever so you know it's AI. But there's some things you literally can't tell.
No.
I mean, it looks like even the voice coming and the whole thing. But it's a great tool. I don't think it's anything to be scared of. It's like everything else. There's, good and bad to come from it. Like the TV, Dr. Rogers used to say it takes knowledge to build a TV, but wisdom to know when to turn it off.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same with the internet, with AI, with all that stuff. But there's able to do things you couldn't do. An interesting other thing again a little off any kind of topic if we had one, but here recently I've been given the opportunity to speak at some crusades occurring in Kenya, of all things. And we use Microsoft Team or we use WhatsApp is the other one. And it's amazing to me, we can have a good solid connection for a half hour from Oakland, Tennessee to some village in Kenya where a guy's walking in with a backpack, bringing his own electricity and everything. And
Oakland, Tennessee, really?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe. But using Starlink, we furnished Starlink
awesome.
satellites for him. And my son, who was in Idaho, on where there was obviously wasn't a cell tower within 100 miles, they took a portable Starlink thing with them, and that's how they were able to communicate with the world. And apparently, that's really, really good. Yesterday, one of our network of the Amazon servers were down.
Yeah, AWS was down.
Yeah, and that shut down a lot of the world.
It did. If think about Amazon, it can't do commerce for an hour.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, billions of dollars.
Billions.
Yeah, I know. And but that affected a lot of it. Affected Discover Card. I mean, it affected a lot of people and opened up some vulnerabilities because those servers were down. And
you would think that's not possible in that world.
Yeah,
because that's the whole concept.
Yeah. We know our kids asked, and I started kind of my career out of graduated college in 1984.
Ooh.
And so started my career in that case and worked for a couple of Fortune 500, maybe even Fortune 100 companies early on. And it's interesting. Our daughter was asking us the other day, she said, because then we didn't have email. When we first started, there wasn't even, not to mention cell phones, there wasn't. And she said, what the heck did y'all do without it? We didn't have a computer screen, my first job. Wasn't a computer screen? Yeah. We had I said, what'd you do? I said, well, somebody put a piece of paper on your desk and you did something with it. You hand it to the next guy.
They put it in the inbox. They put it in your outbox.
That's right. Yeah. And it really is, the world just couldn't function.
Your inbox was a physical thing in the old days.
Yeah, it was an inbox. Yeah, I had a box. It said in.
He did.
Yeah, it may have even said box.
And
the one
just in case I wasn't sure.
Yeah, one on the other side of the desk said out. And
we faxed a lot of stuff.
But now, I remember.
Orders.
I don't think fax, it was a big deal because I think whenever I don't know if we even called it fax then, but back then we had to, if you wanted to send something through some method, you had to take it up to the front desk and somebody up there did something.
They were trained on the fax machine because it was technical. Only trained one person.
Yeah, that's right.
She was never sick.
Yeah. And
it's crazy.
But even without email, we didn't have email.
No.
So
I remember getting my first email. I'm like, what am I doing with this?
Yeah, I know. So you think, man, how'd you communicate with anybody? And I told my daughter, I said, well, you kind of stood up at your cubicle and said, hey, Mike, you know anything about this?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the world has changed, man. It's all changed. It's and we don't like change. Nobody likes change. We're not going to get into a sports discussion today because we're going to save that for another time.
Talk about change.
But the sports world has changed.
Yeah.
TV's changed. I mean, you got 1,000 channels with nothing to watch now.
Nope.
When I was a kid, we had 3, 5, and 13.
And you got 30 and 24.
30 and 24. Yeah, I never understood what the difference in those were.
I didn't either.
I knew it was something different.
One's UHF, one's VHF. That's all I can tell you.
And at midnight, they showed the flag and
Indian. That was it after that. Can you say Indian now? Or is it Native American?
I don't know. Yeah,
excuse me, Native American.
But anyway, he had a tear in his eye.
He did.
And I would sing we'd have the national anthem. They show the flag. TV went off. I mean, at midnight, it was done. Yeah.
And there wasn't no 24 hours news cycle.
No.
Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, I've watched because I'm a history buff. I watch a lot of the documentaries and listen to a lot of documentaries, particularly even of the JFK thing and Martin Luther King and just any significant historical thing. And occasionally they'll play a sample of like as it happened. So you'll get to see the news as it happened that day, and it'll be Channel 3 or 5 or Walter Cronkite or one of them kind of coming on, saying we got breaking news, something in Dallas, Texas, and that's it. You don't know anything else, and then nobody they're calling one another to say, hey, what's going on? How's the president? And think,
Yeah.
imagine that today.
Yeah.
I mean, today we know what unfortunately just happened to Charlie Kirk.
It was all on video.
Yeah, it was right there. I mean,
Boom.
the world knew within
Microseconds.
almost instantly.
Yeah.
And back then you didn't. So yeah, it's a faster paced world for sure.
Yeah,
But
it is.
got to hang on, and you wonder how much different is it from our parents saying the same thing.
Yeah. And what it's going to be when our grandkids are our age, or even 30 or 25.
Wasn't it amazing how accurate the Jetsons cartoon was? And they wrote that 50 years ago.
Yeah.
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 And showed the dog walking on the treadmill
Yeah.
and this, that, and the other little cars are flying around in. And do you remember what was the name of the show? It had Maxwell Smart in it.
Get smart.
Get Smart. Yeah, he had the shoe phone.
Maxwell Smart.
Yeah, with the shoe phone.
Yeah.
Agent 99.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
but we got on a discussion about TV the other night. We should have a whole show on that. We get
yeah.
the guys together sometime because it's so funny.
All our TV shows we watched growing up.
Well, you see clips the other day. I saw a Sanford and Son clip that there's no way they could produce that today on any channel.
All in the Family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, on the Family especially.
Which one's going? The
We had the Jeffersons.
Little Rascals.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, I'm quoting, so don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
I wish Cotton was a monkey.
I know.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't even know what it means, but you can't say
I don't even
it.
know what it means.
Yeah. And you had the show with J.J. Walker. What show?
Oh,
was that?
Good Times.
Yeah. It was. Now,
Ain't we glad we got them? Good
was
Times.
Was that show related at all to the Jeffersons and all
I think
that?
it was a spinoff.
Was it?
I think were they their neighbors?
The,
That's the kind of stuff we could talk about. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll do a Me TV version.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really funny because, I mean, the funniest thing, if you followed, Archie Bunker.
Oh, yeah.
And that, I mean, Archie was old school Chicago.
Democrat.
Yeah.
Archie was Republican.
Yeah,
probably,
Archie Bunker.
back in those days.
Meathead was the Democrat.
Yeah.
But he was prejudiced. I'll say that completely. Just
Big time.
about everything. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
And of course, George Jefferson moves in next door to him. George is a black guy with his family, and but their relationship was just so funny.
That was great.
And like of all people to have George Jefferson move in next to was Archie.
A classic.
And Edith. But
Edith.
that was funny. Sanford and Son had. Gosh, what were some of those other shows? I remember. I couldn't remember Maxwell Smart. You said what? Maud. Yeah.
Get Smart.
Yeah.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Dragnet.
Go back far enough. Go to Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
Which I watch every day.
Dick Van Dyke Show.
Dick Van Dyke. I love MASH.
Yeah.
That's more of the 70s.
I recently watched the conclusion. I skipped through the whole thing because you can watch all of them now.
Yeah.
But I went and watched the last episode.
I love that one.
Actually, I watched the first episode and then the last episode.
Yeah.
And it was pretty interesting.
I'm a McLean Stevenson guy versus a Potter, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Well, even in think of MASH, they had the guy that was dressed as a woman, he was trying to get out on mental illness.
And they had an African American surgeon they used a slur name for it.
Yeah.
We won't use it.
I know.
I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, and that was from Hollywood, doing that, writing that stuff and doing that. Yeah.
Couldn't do that now.
No,
So
And,
that's why old people watch those shows.
Yeah. And all the game shows back then. What was the date? It was the dating game?
Dating game and the match game.
Yeah.
Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Paul Lynn in the center square. And some of their answers were just raunchy.
Yeah.
Raunchy.
I know. Yeah. That's funny. That's all that's gone. Some you don't see. You don't see. I've not seen it all in the Family episode.
It's on.
Is it on somewhere?
Yeah,
I see Andy Griffith.
It's either Antenna TV or Me TV.
Yeah.
But what was the other show I was thinking about?
And you had Petticoat Junction
Petticoat.
and Green Acres first. Then Petticoat Junction was an offshoot of that.
Hey, I'm Hank County, your Kimball agent.
Yeah.
Somebody I met recently, their husband was a county agent.
Yeah.
And
Is that right?
I did that for her.
Yeah.
And
You know, we went to a one-person theatrical experience in the theater in Bolivar, and it was by Don Knotts' daughter. And
how old she?
I'm thinking late 50s probably.
Okay.
And but it's interesting, and she does a one-person thing, and she changes some hats and this, that, and the other, and she'll play little parts for a minute, but does a lot of kind of bouncing in and out of character, but talking about just being raised by her dad, and during that era, and getting to go on the set of the show and all of that stuff. It was very well done. It was a cool thing. That little theater in Bolivar, it's a little. If Scott were here, he'd know the name of it. I can't call it, but it's a little community theater in Bolivar. It doesn't hold 400 people maybe, but that's where she was. And they have quite a few acts that come through there that are pretty decent. Coming up pretty soon, there's one, I've just seen them on Facebook. It's Twitty and Lynn, and it's Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn's, it's his grandson, her granddaughter.
Oh, wow.
And they're not trying to be impersonators, but kind of a tribute show.
Wow.
They sing a lot of their old songs
Wow.
and stuff, and it's actually they look to be pretty good.
Wow.
But
Yeah, they do a lot of neat stuff over at Bartlett Performing Arts Center.
Yeah,
and GPAC too.
We went to the Bartlett Center. We had every year I give take my girls, which is my daughters and our daughter-in-law, and now the girl kids. And Kathy's gone with us lately, but I take them out once a year on a daddy-daughter date night, if you will. And we went there 2 years ago, the Bartlett Center, and they were doing It's a Wonderful Life, the radio production. And so it was if they were doing and so you were looking behind scenes at them doing it over the radio, which was an interesting take on it. It was entertaining. They have some good people coming actually to that theater.
Yeah, I saw a couple. I follow them on Facebook or somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And you always got the Orpheum for some big shows.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to go down there more. We had season tickets one year, a couple of years, I guess, because they were customers of mine, and sat in one of the box seats there for a season. That was always fun. And I remember one year for Christmas in my other company, when I ran my company, we went to the, what's the Christmas ballet production?
Oh, Nutcracker?
Yeah, Nutcracker. And of course, none of us knew anything
At the Cannon Center?
Nutcracker. No, we went to the Orpheum.
Oh, Orpheum. Okay.
None of us knew anything about ballet or
Yeah.
anything, none of that. Anyway, we thought, well, hey, it's going to look pretty cool. We'll look sophisticated. So we actually rented a limo to go, which looked like we were like important people until about 12 of us got out of the limo. You know, you realize, okay, by the time we divide this up, I need $17 for everybody. And but we saw a Nutcracker. I couldn't tell you what it's about.
I couldn't either.
Even today, but it looked like what you see on TV. But yeah, there's some good events and stuff. There's stuff like that going on in Memphis. If you look around of entertainment in Memphis this week, you know, I know a while back you had the lady on from Elmwood Cemetery.
Yeah. Oh, they got stuff going on all the time.
Stuff going on all the time.
Yeah.
And,
it's a good time of year.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause it's pretty there, and I think they do some movies outdoors.
They do.
like this time of year.
They got a lot of outdoor theatrics. They got people walk around as characters. People are buried there.
Yeah.
And tell their stories.
Yeah,
They've been given a golf cart now. They can do tours for people who can't get around as well.
Right.
So if you can't, walk around, it's a big place.
Yeah.
It's still an active cemetery.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
I didn't know until I did that interview.
Yeah.
Kim Bearden was her name, and her husband's real active in the historical scene in Memphis. He does a lot of filming and documentation of history of Memphis. But neat place. I mean, interesting people buried out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not been actually. It's funny. And I've tried to stir that up with my girls. I talk about
Yeah.
it day night. They're not excited about going to the cemetery.
No, probably. Well, if you had a theatrical thing, maybe.
Yeah, but might do that. There's a lot of stuff like that going on. Some pumpkin patch type stuff going on now. A friend of mine runs the huge haunted house thing that's across from where the old mall of Memphis was. I don't know the name.
Oh,
of
really?
it, but it's been going on for years.
Huh.
And they've got like 7 or 8 different scenes in there. Very, very, very well done. Usually this time of year, churches put on, what's the name of the?
Trunk or treats?
No, they kind of it's not Halloween based, but it's what's the name of that? Warren Community Church did it for years.
Oh,
Hell's
yeah.
Bells and what's the name of that?
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, but anyway, I haven't seen any of those this year. But I've kind of passed the haunted house thing. I don't do that too much anymore. But any rate, well, cool, man. What's coming up next here on the old podcast?
Well, we're working some guests and trying to work on. I hate to give any names, but maybe I will. Hal Lansky.
Hal Lansky, how about
the son of the father of the dresser of Elvis,
Yeah, there you
and probably and Kathy's grandfather for that matter.
Absolutely.
But trying to get him, Dick Like of Cry Like, working with him.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Coach Coach Hooker, who was at Memphis. She was an assistant AD for the ladies. So that's just three of several.
We need to get Dr. Hall. I can't think of her first name right now, but the headmaster, if that's the right term, that's the wrong term. But anyway, the head of but when you had a mind, things worked a lot better when you could think of stuff.
Yes.
But the college we got over here,
Shelby State?
there you go.
There
No,
we
it's
go.
not. Is that what it's called now? Shelby State?
Yeah,
It's not called
yeah.
Shelby State. I don't think.
Southwest.
There you go.
I've been here too long.
Yeah, Southwest. Anyway, that lady would be a tremendous guest. I know she would do it too. She's
And Denstall, too. We're talking about doing her.
Becky Denstall probably got to wait now till after Christmas.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be busy.
There
But,
you go.
here's a question we probably need to put out as a poll. Okay, if you've been in Memphis as long as we have, and most of everybody we know has been here forever. So we had the old bridge.
Yep.
We got the new bridge.
Yeah.
What do we call the next bridge?
Yeah, and maybe that's it. Next bridge. Yeah.
Ah,
There you go. We need to submit that. The next bridge.
next bridge. I like that.
Yeah, the new
they do
bridge
have a
is
name
like-
for it. It's like an all-American.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. The new bridge is like 50
If you got the
years old now.
hyphenated, I don't care for it.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of funny. The new bridge.
I guess, are they going to get rid of the old bridge?
Which old bridge? No, I think because it's like the walking bridge, So I don't know. And the train track goes across there. So
Yeah, but I mean, do you turn? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know where the other one's going to be in between two.
I think so.
I caught about a 40-pound catfish right under the old bridge last time out there.
I haven't got the kahunas to go on the river fish.
It's a different experience. It's definitely a different experience.
But I don't know. I don't know if a life preserver would save you.
Yeah, it might, but it'd be picking you up down around Greenville somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, before you got to
Pull
the bank.
Pull the rope across. I'll try to hook it like a jet landing on a
That's
carrier.
right. Yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah, it's and it's funny. We're in about the third year in a row now of the extreme low water.
Yeah.
In fact, we're not too far away from them stopping the commercial traffic again for a while. There's just
That'd be bad.
no water in the river there. That's but it's kind of handy to have water in the river.
That's kind of the definition of river.
Somewhere I don't know how much longer we want to go, but at some point I want to go up to. And I haven't been in years, but to go to Reelfoot and take a look around there. I flew over it several years ago, but would like to go up there and spend some time. There's a large eagle population there.
Yeah.
And
We
speaking
saw-
of eagles, going to see the Eagles in Las Vegas at the Sphere on my birthday in November.
Wow.
So different kind
You
of
already-
eagle.
You already bought tickets?
Already have tickets.
What?
Yeah.
So on Hall like.
Going to the Sphere.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. This is the farewell tour after the farewell
Right.
tour.
Was it Sandy Patty? Jeez.
Yeah, and but Vince Gill's still playing with them.
Yeah. What
So-
about Deacon?
Deacon's off and on. Sometimes he's with them, sometimes he's not. I don't know if he's on or not, but they're still. If you don't see them, better go now. They're not getting any younger,
No.
and but they do a good job.
You pick one of them more off and it's over with.
Yeah,
Especially if it's we lost Glenn already.
yeah,
So
yeah. The drummer is the
you lose Don Henley.
yeah.
If you lose Don Henley, you're done.
His vet voice is
He's a-
phenomenal. Sounds like
he's
he
the
always
voice.
did. Yeah, he is the voice.
He probably sung 80%.
Yeah, and some that it's just him. He's just phenomenal. Vince Gill has been standing in with them now for a number of years,
Yeah.
and he's a great stand-in. Obviously for Glenn Fry's, he's not replacing him, and when they're all up there playing, at some point you've got 5 guitars across the stage.
I've seen
a couple of
videos.
them. Yeah, we saw them out there on the Hotel California tour. It was going to be the only time they were doing that in North America.
3 times.
Until after that.
Yeah, I thought that.
And but it was a great show. It was in the MGM Grand, phenomenal show. And basically they played the whole Hotel California album. They didn't say a word. They just played. They played every song from the album. And
Somebody in the back went,
yeah, that's right. We saw that same tour in Nashville at the Bridgestone, same exact thing, and it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. And then after that is when they've now started what they've said is their last
well, this is a residency kind of
last
thing.
tour. It is out there, but it's part of their last time around.
So why does Vince Gill hate Garth Brooks?
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't like each other.
Is that right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. There's a lot of people don't like Garth Brooks. So,
Well, I think Vince kind of think Garth took country a different direction.
he did,
Should have went.
but it's okay. Country
Ka-ching,
music.
ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching,
Thing
ka-ching.
is, country music's still there.
Well, you watch. I'm not a country music guy, but I'll watch the CMAs a little bit just to see what's going on. I don't recognize. How's that country music?
Yeah, and there's a lot kind of coming back to the old style a little bit now, but yeah, like everything else, things change.
Yeah, you know why?
Well,
We grew up in twang, right? We grew up with twang, which I didn't care for either.
Wayne and Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, and it was always about somebody's taking somebody else's wife.
Yeah, it was. You could write a country song.
Or play it backwards and your dog came back alive.
Yeah, that's right.
And your wife came home.
Yeah, your wife came home, dog's back alive. Yeah, life's good again.
Or maybe not.
Like George Carlin said, you should live life backwards. Makes more sense that way.
7 words you can't say on TV.
But at any rate, well, good, man. That's glad to catch up for a minute.
Yeah, it was
or
good
two.
stuff. Yeah.
We'll,
hope people enjoy that. Just a little banter.
Yeah, a little, it's like Seinfeld. They made a lot of money with a show about nothing.
And that was about as close to nothing as we've ever done. So,
right, yeah. All right, man. See you next
all right,
time.
bud. Thanks. Wraps up another week. And just want to thank Greg for being on with me. Got to talk about a lot of neat things. Kind of a lot about nothing. But there were some guys and gals I know on a little program called Seinfeld, as he mentioned there at the end, that made a lot of money talking about nothing. I would never make any money on this, but that's okay. It was good doing it and just kind of talking about a little bit of everything, but it was fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we hope you enjoy our entire podcast library. We're on episode, close to 90, maybe ish since February of last year. So if you want to go back and look at the older ones, there may be some folks there you might be interested in. If you're new to the podcast, we've crossed the whole spectrum of different people, different professions, and different walks of life. So I think it's been interesting. We've got some neat ones coming up as well. Got John Burgos lined up for next week that we'll do for him, owner of the Rendezvous. So you know all about the Rendezvous and the great food there. But we've got to get a little background on that and get a little inside scoop on what's going on down there. That'll be fun, but that'll be next week. But I got some stuff lined up after that. I think it'll be interesting as well. But y'all, thank you so much for joining us. Keep us in your mind by sharing our podcast on, if you see them on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. All the other ones out there. Just share that, like it. Comments will be wonderful if you got anything to say, good, bad, or indifferent. But keep the bad ones to yourself. No, I'm kidding. I'll take those as well. But y'all have a great week, and we'll talk to you again soon.